evening, everybody. Good night, or no, good evening. I think is what you say when you say hello.
Talking Dirty
with Maestro.
Not just numbers,
Not just stats.
it's about what they mean.
Oops. Maestro. We're gonna throw this into a movie.
See, is that better for you?
Educate me. I'm going to send to you the information.
Talking Dirty.
Would you boy? Me. Welcome to the. No, I don't know where that came from. Don't you cannot hold me responsible when I'm left unsupervised. All right, let's get that out the way. Thank you for checking out this episode. Thank you for hanging. As always, thank you for feedback. Thank you for the things that you want to hear me talk about. Thank you for the things that you want to hear more of. Because remember, we're building this ship together. Let's make.
Hey, Maestro, why you never mentioned blazing takes, huh? Can you not take the heat?
Okay.
Maybe you should stay out of the kitchen. Come on, tell them about it. Tell them about blazing takes,
Okay.
Maestro. Come on, man.
Yeah. Check out that podcast too. Okay. Like I was saying before I was interrupted, thank you for checking out this podcast. Don't forget to check out the other podcast offerings we have here in SimWorld Hoops. They're all got something for you, even if they have to interrupt me to say it. So that's good. That's good. So let's get into some fun talk. Back to New York. Y'all know I like to get there for my eats. Lived there for 15 years. Taught there, coached there, worked there, played there. You know, but this time it was all been got the jet detail while I was there. So that was nice. I think the boss is going to make me take my name off the side, though. I don't think he really appreciated that because it kind of covered up the SimWorld Hoops logo. But I thought I was matching SimWorld Hoops, like the M with Maestro. Anyway, I don't think I'm allowed to talk about that right now. Getting a chance to watch Jace King in this run, I see an evolving game that is extremely nice. And the one thing you always hear me talk about is what? Movement without the ball. He did that both sides of the floor really well. Not good, really well. And his reaction to the ball was even stronger than I remember. Now, just to speak directly about this, if you move well without the ball and still react to the ball better than the other people who have a closer shot to the ball, what that tells me is once you're in a scheme, once you can be schemed for, once you can be put in a position that your game can be utilized as a weapon or as a tool that it is, man, nice. It's going to be nice. Jace definitely has that game. At 6'5" and 186, what does that tell me? Right at that bottom range of the mid-bigs. But with that athleticism, I don't think it really matters. It wouldn't matter to me. If I was his coach, I can guarantee you that right now. And that was a game that, again, it was a run where there were a lot of quick cats on the floor, a lot of really good movement, a lot of really good hands. But yet and still, him without the ball was so impressive that every time that he was spotted, every time he was in a point where he can now impact the floor, he was available. And the same thing goes on defense. He always managed to be, he would let his man do the fake run through screens or whatever. He would just simply circle around and meet the guy like the mailman at his own post box at the next spot, which means what? He's being disruptive. He's being impactful. I think there was only 2 plays where he made a wrong decision, or I wouldn't say wrong decision. That might be going a little too strong. He made a decision where his man might have saw where he was going and did something different. out of pattern and had a greater availability to the bucket. But that was only a couple of times that I actually remember and then noted. Generally, he was right on point. It is with his mindset of where everything was going to be and where he needed to be to make it happen. This is the kind of game I can see Jace or Jace, holla at your boy, get me right. I can see Mr. King in a open floor transition game, offense or defense, wherever it might take and wherever he might want to be, can definitely see that happening because, man, that athleticism, impressive. And the ability to have that BBIQ go along with that, even more so. Really nice to see. Can understand why he's ranked where he's ranked. Good job. Well done, JC. Can't wait to see more of you play. Everybody, fill your boy in, catch me up, and catch me on the other side.
Thank you for listening to Maestro. Want to get involved? Bring it.
Drop in discord.gg/SimWorldNBA.
If you have the brain, join as a coach. If you have the game,
join as a player.
see the game,
Be the game.
Now, back to Maestro.
Sorry. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back. And welcome back to the second half with your boy. Me. I don't know why I just like doing that. That's just what it is. I know you got the first half. You get the second half too. Bonus for you, baby. Let's continue on with Coach Pope's disaster. Giving me all his homework. Y'all saw the receipts for that, right? Talking about Help Side D, installment number 3, the backcourt. Guards who are using this particular spot have a quadruple fold responsibility in terms of where they need be at any given time. You're defending against the extended shot at the top of the arc. You're extended against the high cross-court pass. You're extended against the immediate down the chute pass that happens across the paint to the low post. And you're also the impediment response to the transition should a pass go up, because you're usually the deep person back. Now, all that being said, all those responsibilities, it does not mean that you cannot provide help side D. Pretty familiar. Your side of the floor, ball goes down into the paint. You can collapse and trap, or you can proximity alert. In other words, I don't go all the way down to defend the big guy or trap the big person or whoever is getting the ball in the post, but I get in the area with my hands extended toward the ball to do what? Affect the dribble, affect the handle. And if they make a mistake of putting the ball on the floor, I am there to clean up. But let's talk about the more common use of help side D from the backcourt. And that is watching from what? Opposite side lane. When the ball goes in, you need to get there to re-leverage the defensive positioning for your team. And again, who remembers? It all happens from the pass. This means you have to get used to moving with the ball in the air. Do not become a spectator. None of this works if you're a spectator because you're already too late. I'm up, top of the key, top of the arc. Pass goes in, flips across. I see a pass into the paint. I see open floor. That open floor is now what? My AOR, my area of responsibility. I drop. I might not drop all the way unless there's open floor between me and the person with the ball from the other team. If I see what again? What am I looking for? Elbows, in this case in the backcourt, elbows and feet. If I see my teammate there and I see elbows and feet, I'm going to make the assumption that they're going to do their job. They have positioning. Now, how do I support them? I don't crash down in the same spot where they are. I crash down to the side of the ball. Why? I am doing what? Keeping an eye on my men and make sure that they don't back cut me. But I should not be doing that by myself, right, fam? There should be another defender coming in to fill the gap. Who is the threat? The person with the ball. Who is the second level threat? The person moving in effect to be available for the ball, either closer to the rim or to open floor on the court to get a shot. And you have to be prepared for both. That is the key of help side D. Yes, it is always strong side opposite give up, which means what? If I'm defending you at the top of the key or the top of the arc and the ball goes in and I see, remember principle, open floor and no elbows, then it's on me. But it's on me at the pass. When the pass is moving, I need to see where the ball is going. Let the fans look at the ball as it's moving. Your job is to look at where the ball is going. And in doing that, do I see open floor? Yes, I start to move, preferably before the ball gets there. Or I'm moving as the ball gets there. But I'm not moving after the ball gets there. That is the absolute key for how that particular principle works, because otherwise you're a spectator. The bucket is gone, and that is a bad defensive possession. And that's exactly what we're trying to avoid. And when Coach Pope talks about help side D, why? What does it do? It puts your team in a position to support your players, your teammates who might get off leverage on one side of the court or not. Remember, it's chess, not checkers. The idea of what happens when an offense is moving the ball back and forth primarily is to get the defense off balance. The defensive job is to limit that motion to keep the offense in balance, but in the defensive favor. In other words, I want to cut down what part of the courts can you use because I want to disrupt your flow. I want to disrupt your action. And that is how help side D supports your transition game. Because that's the key where all this eventually leads. It leads to the transition game. Hopefully this helps you out a little bit. Get a little extra inside view of how to work help side D from front court, mid court, and back court. Of course, any questions, reach out to your boy. I got you. And I know these have been longer, but hopefully they've been helpful and not boring you to death. And if you need to hear more on it, like you need to something broken down in more detail, you know what to do. Drop it in the feed. I'm going to hook you up after I get through yelling at Coach Pope for making me do this to begin with. He owes me a jersey, fam. That's it. I'm just saying. You owe me a jersey, coach. Get it right now. And speaking of jerseys, if we use Google to find stuff, what does Google use?
Like I need to talk to somebody.
Thank you for listening to Maestro.
Thank you again for checking out Maestro. Drop a tag below and give us a piece of your mind. See you next time.
Well, thank you for your time. Have a wonderful day.